Hey there, Alex here at mixinglessons.com. In this video, we're going to have a look at the attack setting on a compressor. So the attack setting on a compressor is in charge of how quickly or gradually the compressor turns the signal down. So with a faster attack setting, the compressor is going to turn the signal down really quickly. With a slower attack setting, the compressor is going to turn the signal down a little bit more gradually. Now, why would it be useful to have control over that? Well, the way you set the attack time is largely dependent on what you're compressing and how you want the compression to affect the signal. And to understand this, it's useful to actually have a look at a waveform of a recording. So here we have a snare drum hit, and you can sort of break this snare drum hit down into two parts. You have the initial transient, the initial impact of the snare hit, and then you have the decay portion of the snare hit. So the drummer hits the snare drum, you get the initial impact, and then you get the decay. So if you were applying compression to this snare hit, if you were to use a very fast attack time, the compressor is going to turn this signal down really quickly. And what's going to happen is this initial transient is going to be turned down. Whereas if you used a slower attack time, this transient isn't going to undergo as much compression because the compressor is turning the signal down more gradually. The result of that is that the signal retains a little bit more impact and a little bit more punch. So a very fast attack time would turn the signal down very quickly, and so you would lose a lot of that initial impact. Whereas with a slower attack time, because the signal's being turned down more gradually, this initial impact doesn't undergo as much compression, and so you retain a little bit more of the impact. So the way that you set your attack time really depends on what it is that you're trying to achieve with the compression and how you want that compression to sound. If you've got a take that's been played a little bit inconsistently, then you're probably going to want a faster attack time to try and bring things under control a little bit. And in that instance, a slower attack time would probably not achieve what you're looking for. Whereas with some signals, a really fast attack time can sort of drain the life out of the signal a little bit because you're losing all of those transients and that initial impact. Now that being said, if your attack time was too slow, then the part of the signal that you want to compress might be over before any compression has really built up. And so you might not actually be achieving the compression that you want to get out of the compressor if the attack time is too slow. And so there are no rights and wrongs with the attack time. It's simply a case of finding an attack time which is appropriate for the signal that you're compressing and the way you want that compression to affect the signal. If you want to learn more about compression, please head over to mixinglessons.com/free-downloads and download a copy of my free compression cheat sheet. It teaches you what all of the parameters on a compressor do, the ratio, the threshold, the attack, the release, the knee, and so on, and it teaches you how to get different results out of a compressor. So if you want to balance signals, or if you want to make tracks sound fatter, or if you want to add punch to signals, it teaches you all of that. It also comes with a free EQ cheat sheet and a free vocal recording guide as well. Thank you very much for watching. If you've got any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments, and please feel free to subscribe for future videos. Thanks again. See you next time.